Lighthouse is the first Tarkov map to include an interactable NPC that's not dead or trying to shoot you, which I think we can all agree is pretty neat. For full disclosure, the way I play this map is just wherever I spawn, I beeline it for the rogues, because the instant gratification of getting a full kit and a bunch of ammo is just something I can't get from random attachments I don't even know the value of. That being said, aesthetically the map is actually quite pretty. Occasionally when I'm walking along this bridge, I take a moment to gaze into the river and imagine what my life would be like if I didn't play this horrible game. The long main road that violently runs through the whole map gives you a feeling you don't get in a lot of other Tarkov maps. It feels like something you might see out of bounds but couldn't actually ever access. The lighthouse itself is another great example of this. When you spawn on this side of the map and you see that huge structure in the horizon, it's a very exciting feeling knowing that the alternate version of you that never kissed a woman might get in there one day. I also like how the map is split into key areas, cut off from each other with bridges or mountains. It makes travelling to other hotspots feel like a real mission and leaves you with a lot of different ways to play it. Say you want to go to the road camp, you have several different ways you can get into it, but let's be honest, you just go down the main road because it's the fastest. It's the same with the southern road extract. You can cut through the mountain, you can cut on the beach, you can take a second or third passage down the mountain, or again, you can just beeline it like me and worry about the consequences later. The Lighthouse is where you can find Lightkeeper, spoilers, one of the newest traders in Tarkov who, let's all just be honest with each other, looks a little bit like a pedo. I think it's just the ghoulish face mixed with that clearly sexual hat. The requirements for accessing this area are no joke. To not be obliterated upon sight, you need to gather the DSP, something only obtained from a bunch of horrible questing. Lightkeeper is basically just the answer to all those sweaty nerds who max their account in like a week and complain about how there's not enough content in the game to keep them occupied instead of just getting therapy like the rest of us. I can't deny it is cool to see a trader actually in raid, and an interesting glimpse of what Tarkov's future could look like. Around here you have the cottages, which are known to previously belong to John McAfee, at least it appears that way with the amount of GP and all of the armed men. I remember watching a loot video from this area, and to be honest I think he was wasting his and my time. It would have been a lot quicker to just tell me to go to every fucking room. Our POIs for this map are Knight, Big Pipe, Birdseye, and who the hell is this guy? He looks like he's in a child's Kermit the Frog outfit. Zerachi is his name, and I pronounce it differently upon every take. Similar to me, virtually nothing is known about his past, but he's rumoured to have been in hot zones in the Middle East and Africa. Now I don't know what particular zone they're referring to, but it can't be that impressive, as last time I checked both of those countries were pretty hot, LOL. Long before any of this conflict had even begun, he became, and I quote, Lightkeeper's loyal lapdog, which means not only is he into children, but he's also into bestiality. Zerachia is allegedly very taciturn, which after looking it up means he's very reserved or uncommunicative in speech. Allegedly his men can understand him without words. Perhaps Elon Musk hooked him up with a Neuralink before calling the Lightkeeper a pedo on Twitter. At least this time he'd be correct. At the very north side of the map, you've got the water treatment plant. This is the area that houses the rogues, usually found on one of those huge turrets that won't stop ripping you in half. These guys have some of the most accurate shots I've ever seen in my entire life. If they aggro on you, you can be sure that they're going to mag dump that 30 round right into you from the other side of the map. Your best bet is to snipe them from afar. Getting into the right location will give you the freest kill since OJ. The real strat though is playing as a scav. Not only do they not shoot you on sight, allowing you to blast them from 2 feet, usually your extract will either be here or here, which makes it a hell of a lot easier to get out. Well, it would do if it weren't for the fact that you just blew up to that mine.